Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Sex with Emily. Tonight's show, we're talking body insecurities and ejaculation etiquette, all this and so much more. We've got a really good show tonight. Thanks for listening. Today's show is sponsored by the brand new Rave by WeVibe. You know I love WeVibe, which is why I'm so excited to introduce the incredible Rave. Okay, at first glance, the Rave appears to be a simple sculptural vibrator. But when you look closer, you'll see an array of curves that make it so special. The Rave was designed with one primary goal: to help women locate and stimulate their G-spot. Once inserted, a gentle twist in either direction will glide the Rave's varied angles and faces over your most sensitive areas. It'll allow you precise control and pinpoint stimulation. Pretty soon, you'll find your G-spot, that elusive G-spot. I know you're looking for it, and know exactly how to make the magic happen. The Rave's curved shape is extremely comfortable to hold and use and gives you control over the pressure you apply internally. Internally. It uses WeVibe's amazingly powerful motors and programs, allowing for a variety of vibration patterns and speeds. It's rechargeable and, of course, made from 100% body-safe materials. Okay? These are all good materials. WeVibe makes really great products, I promise. If that's not enough, you can customize the Rave's functions using WeVibe's WeConnect app on your smartphone. You can program it on your phone. Instead of Instagram, program your vibe. This has an app. Amazing. Okay, so get ready to twist and shout with the Rave. Just go to my website, sexwithemily.com. Click on the Rave by WeVibe banner and use promo code Emily for a special discount. Thanks for listening.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com to get all the tips and tricks you want. I don't know that people realize, Anderson, I'm here with Anderson.
Yo!
What up?
What up, Em? How are you?
Oh my God, it's getting worse. I've been on the phone for 2 hours before I got in here.
I've done a couple shows with you in the last couple of days, and I got to say, tonight's the night that you're sounding more raspy than ever. You're sounding like I don't know how successful you'd be if you always sounded like that.
Why? Because it's annoying?
Like, listen to the old raspy sex lady.
Oh, it's not even sexy anymore. Remember the other day it was sexy? It's not anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of gone over. It's gone beyond sexy, I'm afraid. But you sound more wise. There's that.
I do.
You sound like
You
you're
know
full
what? I
of wisdom.
shouldn't have talked on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah. You came in here talking on the phone, guys. She
Did you
came in here chatting, trying to hold my dog at the same time. The dog was springing out of her
Where's
hands.
Stanley? I'm so glad you brought
He's
Stanley.
in the safety of the corner of the room.
No, I need him.
At
I
ground
need him.
level.
That was really, Anderson just did something really sweet and loving because I was having a rough week. I was sick, and I've been
a
in
little
Love
sad.
Line the last 3 nights, which have been 2 nights, which have been amazing. And he brought Stanley in just to comfort me.
He's a little
His
ball
little
of
dog.
cheer for M. But
Thank you.
here's the reason why I almost didn't, M.
Why?
Because every time I bring Stan to see Emily, she's always like, can I keep him now? She's like the little kid that you take to a park, and you're like being a nice guy taking the kid to the park, and then it's been 45 minutes. You're ready to go because the park's boring, and the kid's like, can I please stay for some more? Can I please stay for longer? No.
No, can I just say
You
something?
get some Stan.
I feel really bad because first of all, I heard myself saying that.
I'm just messing with you.
No,
kid.
you're
I'm
right,
messing
though.
with you, kid.
The second I saw him, I was like, you are such a good friend because you said you bring him in.
He's a pain in the ass in the studio.
I know it's not easy. And then I heard myself say, can I keep him? Which is kind of like my joke because I don't really think you're going to let me. And I asked you,
Right.
I ask you every day.
Yes,
So
do.
I hated that about myself in that moment. And I wish I
Don't
could
worry.
take it back.
I'm just
But I'm
messing
not
with you.
that. But you're right. It is like that person, but I'm not that person.
Before we get to the show,
Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah.
I actually take notes for the show now. Like if something occurs to me during the week that I want to talk to you about, I'll write it down. So I have a little section of my notepad on my phone that says Emily.
No
right?
way. Tell me.
And I have one question, but I've failed to go to the notepad the last 2 weeks.
Put it in your smartphone.
My wife, has lots of questions, and she's demanding that I ask you sooner than later. It's already later, but what were you doing with Keith Morrison? She is a massive Keith Morrison
Oh, my
fan. She watches
God.
all that murder porn that he's always narrating, saying,
Oh, she saw
saying,
my Instagram.
Really? And what did he do next?
That is hilarious.
So she saw this like a few weeks ago, or maybe months ago now. Like, you're hanging out with Keith Morrison. Was he at your house? It looked like you were like in a residence.
That is a really funny story that you asked. So Keith Morrison is the host of Dateline.
Right.
People don't know he's been in Dateline for a long time, many years. And my friend Emily, she's one of my closest friends. She's
your best friend.
Best friend.
Yeah.
I'd say she's my best friend here in
It's
LA.
a real
I love her.
person. It's not another side of Emily, guys.
And I love this girl. She's funny. She's probably one of the funniest people I know, most creative. She's a copywriter. Point is, she loves Keith Morrison like for years. Like she hasn't gone out on Friday night, even though you can like take things down.
Yeah.
So here's how brilliant she is. She loves him. And she came with this idea about not even a year ago. And she started an Instagram.
To fake her own murder so that he'd cover the story?
She literally will not miss it. That's all she talks about is Dateline. And because she loves Keith Morrison. Like literally she dressed up on Halloween. She got pictures of him framed in her house.
Scary.
Never met him. She started an Instagram account, which everybody should follow now. It's called Keith Leans on Things. Okay? Because in every episode, if your wife might know this.
I'm sure she would.
He's always kind of leaning on something.
Right.
Okay? Like you'll like lean on a tractor. So Emily started this thing. So check it out on Instagram. It's at Keith Leans on Things. And it's just, she takes screenshots. And it's hilarious the things that she writes and then she does videos. And then she's been doing it for fun. Right? For all these times. And like, I talk about it on Facebook sometimes, but just randomly. Well, one day NBC found it. And it was like, there's been this progression. Like 6 months ago, they like started following her. She's like, oh my God. She's like, Dateline. She's like, Dateline followed me. And it was like a big deal.
Right.
And then they would then one time they were like, we love it. And they're like, can we repost it? It was like all these little things kept happening. And she was like, I can't believe it. So then she gets this call in June.
Right.
And they call her, or they direct message her on Instagram. And they say, hey, are you going to be around like June 21st or something? And she's like, actually, I'm going to Hawaii that day. She's like pregnant. She just had a baby actually at Christmas, but she was going on her baby moon or whatever.
Baby moon. Is that a thing?
People do. Well, they had never made it on their honeymoon.
Like that
it's a long
thing.
story. I don't know, but whatever. So she said, they said, we need you to be home. And she's like, well, why? Like, do I have to cancel my trip? They're like, you might want to. And then I'm thinking, wait, that's so dumb. I said, well, first of all, and I was actually Drew. We all went to dinner. Drew's met her. He's like, calls her, which
Dr. Drew Pinsky.
He calls her funny Emily, which at first I was sort of offended because I'm like, I'm funny Emily.
That is offensive. Drew's a very offensive
I'm like,
man.
Drew, am I not funny?
Yeah.
No, but because she's so fucking funny. He loves her. So anyway, I'm like, if they're probably sending you swag and they want you to take a picture of it, you don't need to cancel your trip. So it turns out they send her like a week before that in the mail, like this puzzle. She's got to put it together. She puts it together and it says, don't watch alone. Keith Morrison at your house, like next Friday, 7:00 for the premiere of Dateline this year.
NBC sent her the puzzle.
Yes.
That seems very creative for like
very
an NBC.
Very creative. So actually, you
thing.
guys should check out. It's I think it's Keith Leans on Things, and I think her. I don't know if I can give hers out if hers is public, but I will. And if it's not public, it's her Instagram is Alrighty Then, ALLL, Righty Then. Like
Ace
that
Ventura?
live. Yeah. So anyway, point. Emily
she's
Shotwell's her name. I can say her
Funny
full name.
Emily?
Shotwell. Yeah, she's really fucking. Because the thing that she writes and does. So tell your wife. Text her now. So anyway, we have a party at her house. Keith Morrison comes over and she can invite like 10 friends. They cater it, and we get there, and she's like 6-7 months pregnant at the time. And I get there, and he's just like hanging out, walking around. He's like older, He's
Was
like,
he leaning on stuff?
No, but it was so funny. And I took videos of it, and she posted on her Instagram account. And it's like, he's like, and so anyway, the point is, they called her a super fan. They're like, we have 3 fans. There's 3 hosts across the whole country. They picked her, and the other 2 hosts went to other 2 houses, like to watch with other people. It was amazing. So here she is.
Has that
on
aired
her
yet?
couch.
Did it air?
Well, here's the thing. She wasn't on the show. It was more like a PR thing.
Okay,
We thought she
online
got it. But the
thing.
fact is, you can look at on Keith Leans on Things, pictures of they actually lean on each other, and he sits on the couch, and we sat there and watched Dateline with Keith Morrison for 2 hours.
And then the 2 of you took him to the back room and blew him.
No, we did not blow him. Is that a good story, though?
It was, but I was trying to make it sexual so that it fit the show.
I'm
You know
sorry.
what I mean?
But when I told him what I did, he kind of backed away, but I did take a picture with him.
Oh, did he back away a little
Yeah.
bit?
And
He's
we're like, why do you lean?
I'll cover your story later once you're stalked and killed.
Exactly.
And
I
I'll
love
ask
his
questions
voice.
like this.
And then, do you like him too?
It's always on in the background while I'm doing other things, and I just hear him digging and asking like inappropriate questions. Bill Hader used to do a great imitation of him from SNL. And he's so
The
funny
boy
because like
was never heard of
like
again.
he's like really almost excited about the macabre details of the story. He'll be like, "Really?
Right,
Tell
right.
me more." All right.
It's so good. So,
Thank you for that. Thank you for
I
that
thought you were
story.
going to ask me some great sex question from your wife, which is what I got.
No, I will
I just
never,
got so
ever.
excited. I didn't know what to do, and then it was like Keith Morrison. But that's a good story.
So she also, on the same note, she's having a hard time. She can get 4 fingers in my butt, but not the full fist. How do we? Okay,
Gradual.
thank you.
Don't rush it. The thing I was going to say though, when I opened the show and I was talking about what we're talking about tonight, talking about what we're talking about, is that I realized that I don't often say this. I'm like, go to my website, sign up for a mailing list. But what people don't realize is I've got 10 years of material on my website, and we update it every day with new blogs and videos. So a lot of our questions are like, how do I give a great blowjob? Like last night, someone called in and loved it. Like I've probably written about it, or if you have a question, you probably can find a lot of the answers on my website. So check that out.
It's like an encyclopedia of
It's what it
sexual
is.
knowledge.
And there might be a podcast I did on it. Like 'cause there's 2,000 of them. It's a hefty site.
Yeah, hefty.
So
of
that's
bandwidth.
one of the things we're talking about. And then the other, because I was reading all the topics, but the other thing they were talking about is 6 things you should never do in the bedroom. It's a little mini topic.
Well, was one of them have the TV on with Keith Morrison twanging about,
No.
leaning on things?
No, that might turn you
happens.
on. Yeah. So how are you feeling about Valentine's Day impending? I was saying impending doom.
My favorite thing about Valentine's Day these days, because I hate it, as most men do. It's easy to hate it as a guy, you know. It's almost obligatory as a man to hate Valentine's Day,
I
but
get
it's
it.
annoying. I hate Hallmark invented holidays, but there's now some cheer associated with it.
What?
That's hearing you talk about it.
Oh,
Tell me more about that
that's
day.
so nice.
What day is it?
It's February 14th.
What's it called?
It's called Valentine's Day.
That's it.
And we're
It's the way
actually,
you say Valentine's.
it's
That's
my
the only
lo-
good thing about Valentine's
That
Day.
is my Michigan accent.
It's been coming out more and more lately. I don't know if you've been talking to more people back from your homeland or what.
Do you think I'm just reverting back?
I don't know. I've been hearing it thicker and thicker the last few days.
You know what? Really? Maybe it's because I'm sick.
Perhaps. I don't know.
You know what's funny though? When I first moved to California 20 years ago from Michigan, I moved to San Francisco. Every single day, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
And then
it was
it falls
so
off.
confusing to me. I'm like, I'm from Michigan. What do you mean? Like, would you want some half and half with your
Yeah,
decaf?
I've heard it a lot. Maybe it's because
But
you're sick.
it went away. I mean, but apparently not. Valentine's Day, we're going to be doing a few shows next week. You'll hear the shows coming up. But I would just, we're going to have some great shows, gift guides, what to do. And what I think about Valentine's Day, and this show is not all about Valentine's Day, is that don't put so much pressure on yourself. Yes, you should do something, but I don't even like that it's all up to the guy, to be honest. I think that a couple should be, don't spend money at one of those expensive, like prefixed menus and say, like, tonight, let's try something super sexy and hot. Let's try a new sex move. Let's go to a sex toy store. Let's watch porn together. Let's give each other massages. Let's watch TV and give each other foot massages. I don't care. Something different tonight that has to do with enhancing your intimacy.
Right.
That's what it should be about.
Get
That's
the
it.
candles. Get
And
the
flowers.
menage a trois.
Emily and Tony
this
candles.
is not like a setup plug, but it's
No,
it's easy. Go to the website. How do they get
they're
it?
50% off
And they're
now.
done. They're done.
EmilyandTony.com. I don't even think you need coupon code Emily because they're 50% off right
And you
now.
get 3 of them. They're little baby cute guys, and they have
They're
little
so good
spouts
for
on them.
travel.
And then you could give that to her, and then follow it up with actually giving her a massage. Done.
If you don't know what a massage candle is, you are missing out because it smells amazing and it enhances your intimacy because it's warm coconut oil, which is
vegan.
nurturing and vegan and feels
made
amazing
by
and
Amish
doesn't.
people.
It's not wax. It's not going to ruin your sheets, and you'll have the best massage of your life. That could be her present. Here's some candles,
That's
baby,
what I'm saying.
massage.
You got to follow it up with the
It's a good
massage. Here's how dumb I am. Is
How
I
dumb
actually,
I am.
you know, you're going to be watching
Oh.
Stanley, my dog, on Valentine's
I know
Day.
how dumb you are.
And I booked a whole trip for that weekend. We're going out of town. We're going to Colorado, and I'm very excited about it. And it didn't occur to me that it was Valentine's Day weekend until after I booked everything. So I could have woven it all in and be like, honey, taking you to Denver for Valentine's Day. But instead, it's like, honey, you're coming to Denver with me to see my favorite band on President's Day weekend. And now I got Valentine's Day that I got to smash in there.
Okay,
It's going to
but
ruin everything.
Let me just say this, Anderson. I don't know if you have short memory, but you texted me about watching Stanley, and I said,
Yes.
oh, great. That weekend, now I have a Valentine's Day date because you said it was through the 14th, and you said, oh, shit, it's Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
So if it weren't for me, I want to talk about, you would still wouldn't know it was
Well,
Valentine's
there's
Day.
still calendars and whatnot. I'd probably come
I'm
across
kidding,
it
but what are you
eventually.
going to do now in Denver?
Give her a massage.
Do you want some candles?
Yeah, I
have some in my
I got
car.
some, but I'd love some freshies. Yeah,
There's some in my car.
because I'm always using
Do you
them.
want a sex toy? I have one in my car for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been asking
I
me.
gotta take. I've never been asking you for anything.
No, okay, I'm sorry. One time you said maybe.
Yeah.
So I've been taking that as like, what toy do you want? And in my brain, I've never
Hey, I
forgotten.
gotta hop on a plane, so I don't want to.
Dude, they're not like that anymore.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Please. Thank you. Maybe.
Can we walk out after the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Remind me, and don't say if I don't do it, you hate me. Oh, speaking of Valentine's Day, coming up fast. Like I said, this is what you got to do. Tuesday, February 2nd, 7 p.m. Join me. Upcoming workshop at Hustler Hollywood, West Covina. Do you know where that is? It's outside of LA somewhere. I haven't been there yet. Google it. But it's going to be shopping with Emily. And all we're doing is going to their brand new store. And their stores are beautiful and amazing. And if you think Hustler and you think like Penthouse and you think like kind of sketch, they're beautiful stores. Best toys there, lingerie. We should totally hang out. I hang, you guys. I'm there for 2.5 hours. We'll go shopping. We'll have some cocktails. There's going to be champagne. So get your ass there. RSVP at sexwithemily.com. It's totally casual, and you'll get the perfect gift for
And you
yourself,
get to meet the
your
real
friends,
Em.
your lover. Yeah, because
I was thinking about you today, just out of the blue. And you know what? Something, a very nice thought about you occurred to me. And, you know, of all your shortcomings and all your insanity, and I call you a crazy bitch, and we get in a little mini arguments about that because you're digging through your purse, and you're somewhat neurotic, but you get stuff done, and
I'll
you're
tell you a funny
type
thing
A.
after digging through the purse, yeah.
But, you know, somehow that works. Like, you have all these things that on other people, like, I wouldn't be able to stand, but somehow it's just part of you, and I love you even more for it. But also what you don't have, which a lot of women do, is you don't have that catty nature. I don't think I've ever heard you talk badly about another woman or like talk about someone's outfit. I mean, you just don't have anything about that in you at all. You just want to help everyone, males, females. And I was listening to Bill Burr, who's a misogynist at times, and he was talking about catty women, and I was like, oh, who's catty in my life? And I started with you. I'm like, not M. And then I started thinking about how uncatty you are. How I appreciate that about you.
You know what, Anderson? I got to say that feels really, really good because I really don't. Like, there's something I think I was the way I was raised. I feel like talking about people is poisonous.
And in your business, what you do, it would be so easy for you to say, well, she probably doesn't please her man right, or she probably doesn't do this, or it's probably because of those fake boobs. You know, I could see you easily saying these things or thinking these things, and there's none of that. You don't have any of it.
No, I'm not like that to my listeners. I'm not like that to people.
To your
I don't
girls.
even to my friends. I don't triangulate. Like, I don't talk about friends. I don't gossip.
You don't have an ounce of that gene in you.
That's really
and
nice.
I appreciate that.
And you know what's funny? Thank you. That actually makes you feel really good because I'm really not like that. It feels wrong. And when I first started in radio, which my experience was like I'd never been in radio.
Right, they threw you into the fire.
They were like, hang up on the callers, be mean to them, da da da. And I know I get that that's good radio.
Well, that's a bad program director too.
But I can't do it. Like even when Mike on Loveline sometimes he's like mean to the caller, and I get that that's like radio, morning radio, even though this is nighttime.
Wacky.
I can't do it. Can't do it. Funny story about digging in the purse, which is why. Okay, so I did the Sexual Health Expo a few weeks ago. A lot of fans came. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Every time I meet a fan, I'm so friggin' excited because we don't often get to meet them. And they walked up. You're gonna love this. And I was on the floor, digging in my purse.
Right.
And this girl goes, oh, my God, just like Anderson said, you are digging in the
It's
purse.
true. I'm not making things up.
I've got a lot going on in the purse. And it was hilarious that the second this listener saw me, I can't remember the name right now, and it was like, yep, I'm always in the purse.
Right. I paint an accurate picture.
You do.
I do.
And this is like, and if you come to West Covina, wherever it is, we'll all find it on a map. I swear, this is me.
I think it's out by Long Beach. There's a lot of listeners, I'm sure, that are central.
You guys know.
To
I mean, I'm new
West
to LA
Covina.
3 years in, but I still. But
I'm
it's
born and
fun.
raised in Southern California. I can't tell you if West Covina and Covina are actually. I'm assuming that they're next to each other, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're 40 miles apart.
I think it's
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour from. I think driving it's gonna take us an hour. Yeah, I think from my office in Hollywood it's an hour, so it'll be worth it though. Because then I don't know. You can ask me sex questions. I can't wait to meet you all.
You got any sex in the news? And I can look it up.
Ready? Here's my sex in the news for you. Did you hear about the woman who loses her chastity belt and has to ask local firefighters to unlock it?
No. What?
I know.
She lost the keys?
In Italy. Firefighters were left a little hot under the collar after a woman asked them to help her get out of a chastity belt. The middle-aged woman turned up at a fire station in Padua, Italy, and began asking crew if they could help her with a lock she could not open. A number of firefighters began asking her questions about where she lived, thinking she had locked herself out of the front door. But they were left stunned when the woman told them she was referring to a chastity belt she was wearing and pulled up her jumper to show them. Speaking directly to the firefighters, the woman, who cannot be named, said, "I've lost the keys to a lock and I can no longer open it." Despite the peculiar nature of the request, the crew managed to open the chastity belt by breaking the lock, and they were very concerned about her, about the partner forcing her to wear it. But it was revealed she chose to wear it herself to stop herself from having sexual relationships.
What? How old is this woman? Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say.
Did they get the jaws of life out just for dramatic effect?
I don't know. I wish someone was filming it. So that was my little sex in the news for you. But
that's a great porn. I'm picturing it right now. There's a fireman with a full erection in the corner, and they got this hottie, and she's got the chastity belt, and they're like, "Hold on, we'll get the jaws of life." And he's waiting with the full erection, and they're trying to get the giant, massive jaws of life to cut this tiny little.
That could be your next short film.
I'm not doing that.
Here's the thing. First of all, I understand trying to change behaviors and you want us to have less frequent sex because you feel like you're not honoring yourself, your body, or having mindless sex, whatever. But it's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Maybe go to an SLA, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous meeting, go to therapy.
It's Italy. It's a different culture. You can't
That's
judge.
True.
Can't judge. Who knows? You know what I mean?
I don't judge, remember?
Maybe she was making up a story for her controlling husband. Who knows? Right?
Okay, who knows? But we don't really know.
How do you pee with that thing on? Can you pee?
What? Maybe that's why she had to get the key.
I think it's because she wanted to bang.
The firefighters.
Or
That's not a bad place to go.
Yeah.
I bet you she was like, you know what?
That was her pickup
This would
line.
really
It's genius. She's like, I
Totally.
want to bang a fireman.
They don't say if they banged
When did
her or
this
not.
happen? Did this happen right after the New Year? Was this her New Year's resolution?
I've read it
to
everywhere.
bang a
No,
fireman?
it just happened recently. Like this week, I saw
Maybe
it.
it took her a
bunch.
month to hatch the plan, but this seems like a devious plan.
It's pretty smart.
Very smart.
Okay, this is my little mini thing because I thought that this would be interesting because I want to hear from you as well.
The listeners?
You, Anderson,
Okay.
and the listeners, always.
Oh, is this what not to do in the bedroom?
6 things you should never do in the bedroom. This was a column that was Ask Men. I write for Ask Men a lot, but I found this interesting, and I'm not saying I agree with all of them, but I don't know. I think it's good points. I thought about what you should not do. Like some of this stuff is it says never. And I'm
Okay,
like,
let's
that's
hear.
so extreme.
Right.
Okay. Number 1, shame her body.
Well, that goes without saying, right?
Well,
in the bedroom or anywhere else. Why is that? Wait, as soon as you get out of the bedroom,
Just
you're
keep-
fat, honey.
Can you
All
stop?
right.
Can you just let me get through this?
I'm sorry.
And there's a quote from a woman. I once had sex with a guy who made a rude comment about my small breasts. He said, "Hey, babe, what's the difference between a man's boobs and a woman's boobs?" with a smirk. He was trying to be funny, but it made me feel self-conscious about my body and definitely didn't make me want to sleep with him again. So instead, here's the other thing that you should do if
Where's
you
the
want.
punchline?
The punchline is that he's making fun of her boobs in the
Right.
bedroom. Listen, we all have body insecurities. How if a woman was looking at you going, "I thought you were going to bring your penis tonight," or "Is it hard?" or "Are you in yet?"
You know the difference between a vagina and a penis?
What?
Penises are big. That's like the girl's version of that
Right,
joke,
exactly. I
which
get
is a
it.
shit joke.
So instead, don't be. This is what guys should do, okay? If you think that you're one of these guys that I'm going to neg her, I'm going to say something negative. He probably didn't even think he was being a douchebag. If you ever think of saying something critical and you don't need to think about it, say, you know what? Have I complimented her today? Think of all the parts of her body that really turn you on. Not just the obvious ones during intercourse. Like, how about how, I love looking in your eyes. They're so pretty. Or the way she bites her lower lip. Or how sexy she looked in that underwear. We love compliments. Not men don't love them as much, right?
And a lot of vain men, especially these days. There's a lot of
Do
vain
you, though?
dudes
You're
out
not-
there.
I mean,
I'm fine. I'm good.
What about work stuff? Like
I'm
great
an Adonis anyway, so I don't even need any compliments. There's
But
nothing.
I think, any body shaming for men or women is just a no-no. Yeah, you're right. A lot of these are for men and for women.
And should be on the bedroom too. You should not be putting down
Never.
any kind of physical attributes of your lady, unless it's a health concern.
Exactly.
Like
Do
you need to
not.
get that growth on your neck looked
Like
at.
the worst thing is I had a really good guy friend and he'd look at his girlfriend and he'd be like, she'd go to grab her breast. She was like, not that it matters. Either way, she could be whatever her weight was. She was fine. She was grabbing a brownie. He's like, you really want to eat that second brownie?
Oh,
You
what a
sure you want to do that?
That's a control thing.
I almost broke up. I almost broke up with him. I almost broke up with her and him. I almost said
Yeah.
you should dump him. It
You
wasn't
can't
my
have a friend
boyfriend.
like
I would
that, yeah.
never date a guy like that, but it was terrible.
All right,
She did
so-
break up. Number 2, on your own. That's number 2. I once had a guy say, or your own. Don't criticize her body or your own body.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I'm
And
in
this woman
trouble.
said, I once had a guy say, nope, I'm not big enough to do it that way.
Which way is that? From across the room?
I don't know, like his penis. But it reminds me of like how Catherine Wood on Love Lines always talk about a small penis.
Enough about Mike. You've brought him up 3 times on this show. I'm going to have to cut it all out.
Cut it out. Part of me felt sad that he would put himself down like that just because he knew he couldn't please me that way. But part of me was overwhelmed and completely overshadowed by the awkwardness of the moment. So instead, you know your package better than anyone else, so you can perform best. But you don't have to say anything about it. But just like anything else, focus on the positive instead of the negative. Tell her that, like, if there's a position, for example, that you feel your penis would be challenged, and be like, babe, it would be really hot to have you ride me right now. Mm-hmm. So just stay away from the negative.
I'm taking that to note because I've numerous times my shirt's been off and she's said something like you're cute or something like that, and I always come back with quiet, I'm fat. Next,
see what?
Yeah, quiet, I'm fat.
Men and women do that all the time.
Makes me self-conscious and I'm uncomfortable. And
taking
I just want to
compliments is a skill. Learning to receive compliments is a skill.
I'd be able to do it well with all my practice, but I'm really bad at taking compliments.
I know. I don't know why a lot of people are. We feel like, well, maybe we don't really feel that way ourselves. We don't feel that way about ourselves, which is why compliments are so important. But also, it just makes us shy. It makes us uncomfortable. We don't believe them.
A bunch of siblings, and a lot of the time, like the compliments were actually backhanded, or they're waiting for like someone to fall. And I was guilty of it too. And we're like, we'd say something nice, and they go, "Oh, really?" And then we'd go, "No, just kidding." That's like kid stuff.
Like how you just started telling me a compliment, but then you spent the first 10 minutes telling me all the bad things about me. Yeah, thanks. I totally got it. I'm so glad I didn't grow up in your house. Okay, this one might be controversial. Controversial. Controversial is not a word.
Controversial.
It doesn't have 18 syllables. You guys, can you tell I'm a little sick? How did my voice feel
it sounds
better
now, yeah.
Okay.
That read that you did at the top of the show.
Maybe we'll have to redo that.
No, it was good.
Okay, number 3, what you should never do in the bedroom, spit. See, these are for men and women. Spitting anywhere.
Well, no shit.
Well, watch porn,
You shouldn't defecate in the corner either. What?
No, but they spit on the penis.
Okay.
They spit on... No, spitting like is lube. First of all, it's actually can be not. It's not a great lubricant. People think it is. It can have bacteria in it. So you actually shouldn't use saliva for that. But in porn, they're always spitting on the cock.
How do you avoid the saliva when you're doing oral?
Right, but you still. What I'm saying is, don't use it as don't spit. First of all, it's rude. And while some women are okay with it in between sex positions and with oral, it's important to discuss it beforehand, or just don't do it at all. Because it can definitely be perceived as insulting or demeaning, right?
Yeah, and you see it in porn too, and it's
just use
not
lube
sexy.
Too. It's not sexy at all.
A lot of us, I'm sure there are
but
some people.
But some guys think it's sexy.
Can I tell you something real quick?
They're fucking so trained by porn. What?
You know how dumb guys
nothing
are
wrong
too.
With porn, but some porn you shouldn't learn from. Yeah.
The prime example just happened. I'm very concrete. Men are generally fairly concrete thinkers, right, and literal thinkers. And you're doing this list of things you shouldn't do in the bedroom. And the whole time, I'm not thinking sex necessarily. I'm just imagining 2 people in a bedroom, reading books or watching TV together. Or
and he just turns her, goes,
no
goes
spitting, no making fun of her,
all over the couch.
And you go straight for the. You're talking about sex, obviously, and I'm not even thinking that way.
How are you doing sex with Emily?
I'm stupid.
Hi, you're not doing cinematics right now. Your new podcast.
I'm a dumb man, though.
If we were doing a cinematics,
new podcast.
You might say spitting in my popcorn is what you'd think, or something.
Yeah, don't jizz in the popcorn.
Okay. I'm
the next
sorry
one I said that. I wish I had not said that. Go ahead. Number 3 or 4?
This is number 4.
Yeah.
This should go without saying. Sticking it back there without asking. Never go in the wrong home without asking.
See, I would know that's about sex.
It's not an invitation. Just because you see it in doggy style, you're like, oh, there it is. I'm doggy style. Might as well go right in her ass.
Mm-hmm.
No. You have to have consent.
Right.
If you're entering her anally without telling her or warning her or lubing her up or anything, it could be very painful. She could be upset. It's almost rape. It is. Mm-hmm. It has to be consensual, especially anal sex.
Right.
Have a conversation. If you've never done it before, she might say, I want it in there, or I'm going to do this. You just got to give some warning. You don't just stick it in.
For the creationists out there, the people that believe that God created everything in 7 days, what was he thinking when he put that together? You know what I mean? So close to each other.
I don't know. It's the whole waste system.
Isn't it? Was he doing it for the temptation, or why would?
I doubt that was top of mind.
Okay, I feel like maybe he dropped the ball there. Not to get sacrilege, but okay.
I don't know. Can we not go there? Don't call her offensive names or him offensive names. Don't call me a whore or a slut while we're having sex, and it's hurtful,
unless they ask for it.
Sarah. What?
Unless they ask for it.
Exactly. So here's the thing about dirty talk. It's tricky because I think dirty talk is super hot, and actually if a guy was like, my little whore, I'd be like, oh, I get this. You're done with that. But most women, if you lead that way, might not. There's a lot of women, even if eventually down the road they'd be into it. If you do it too soon, too early on, first time you're with someone, it could totally turn them off. Mm-hmm. Perhaps they were raped. It could be seen as misogynistic. They might feel they don't know you. So you got to warm up. You could be like, you're so hot. Like, I can't wait to have my cock inside you.
Wow.
You could lead with that.
Graphic.
Or like, with dirty talk, you always have to build up. And the best thing to do is to start with like what you want or what you desire in the moment or what you're feeling in the moment. Like, you feel so good. And then you can start to escalate. But don't start with, you little whore, I'm your daddy.
No, and if it's a first time out with the two of you, like this is the first time you're with this lady and you're saying that, what's the deal? Take a look in the mirror. What's going on there?
There's some guys
I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that to my wife, who I've been with for over 12, 13 years now.
All right. There's some guys who just have their like automatic pilot dirty talk that I've been with, and I'm like, so that's your jam.
They slip right into it.
They're like, my little whore, you want that, don't you? And I'm like, oh God.
I try and remain myself. I don't try and become a different person. You know what I mean? I try and
but some women
stay grounded.
Some women and some men totally get off on that talk. It's not that it's wrong. It's just that like, don't lead with that. Don't be insulting. It's like everything in sex. You want to start slow and build up. Don't make assumptions if they want.
What number was that?
That was 5. 6.
All right, let's go. Let's come back with the last one after the read. No?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah?
Now I'm going to make y'all wait. Try to guess what it is. Number 6. What you should never do in the bedroom.
And then I have a challenge for the listeners when we come back.
I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you for supporting my sponsors. I love you all. We all have this desire to surprise our loved ones for Valentine's Day. Even Anderson. With a gift they've always wanted but never could ask for. Okay, so let me tell you, this is one thing your partner has wanted since she first blossomed into womanhood or since she first watched Sex and the City. Correct. Whatever came first. From the same creators of the original Rabbit Habit, which was the one on Sex and the City, the Dahlia by Vibratex provides a fun, flirty twist on the classic. So it's like a dual stimulation vibrator, like a rabbit, but it's pink, it's pretty, it packs a multi-orgasmic, dually stimulating punch. The external butterfly appendage like flutters against the clitoris, like, ooh, killers, with silent yet powerful vibrations. And the smooth rotating head swirls against the G-spot, providing her with the blended orgasm she's always dreamed of. And you can use it on your partner. She can use it alone. Its custom motion control lets you independently control the clitoral tickler, the vibration, and the rotating shaft to totally customize your experience. There are so many orgasms in this thing. I can't tell you how much pleasure. We've had everyone review it in the office, and let's just say we all had a good time. And you know
you guys leave the door open when you do that? Or
no, but I have
some
funny office stories. You don't need a partner either, guys. Girls, guys, remember this. Why not treat yourself to the sensual and sexy Dahlia from Vibratex? It's an American company making pleasure pieces for 30 years. To learn more about the Dahlia or get one of your own, go to Vibratex.com. Vibratex.com. Okay, Anderson.
The last one. The last no-no. Bedroom no-no.
Go.
No, you got it from me.
I thought you were going to challenge me. Being selfish.
Oh.
I hate women. This is a quote. I hate women are selfish. That's probably the number one no-no for women. You can really tell when you're with a man in bed right away if he's all about himself or if he cares about your needs. The way he responds, what you like or don't like. If he listens when you tell him what you don't like or just pretends he didn't hear and keep going, that's the friggin' worst. Or, this is the worst. The worst. When you tell them, so annoying. I don't know why guys do this. You tell them that you really like something, and they're like, "Oh, okay," and then they do it for like 0.8 seconds, like literally, like not even like I'm like, I think you just did it because you guys are just a rush
Give me an
all the
example.
time.
Like what is it that
like,
you might ask for?
Oh my God, this happens to me still. I'm like play with my boobs more. I play with my nipples,
and they do it for like 2 seconds.
If like maybe a minute. And then, like, never again. And they got to bring it up again.
That's a long time to be, like, tickling the
Maybe
nips.
30 seconds. Because I think, I don't know why, but just pay attention. If you don't know, listen to me. Here's how you don't be selfish and bad. Here's how you can work against that. Here's how you can...
Counter that.
Thank you. I couldn't take the word. If you don't know this by now, the best sex is when both people, both of you, are trying to feel pleasure. Mm-hmm. And if you're not both trying to feel pleasure, you're in trouble. And when you're selfish in bed, it's like you're a high school guy and you have no excuse once you graduate. You really do not.
No offense to the high school kids listening.
I love my high school boys, but here's the thing.
Wow.
What? I wish that people train, and I've been with men in their 30s who are selfish lovers, so this does not go away. And I'm so glad that there are guys in their teens and 20s listening because Nobody told these guys. I had to tell them, or other people hopefully told. I just broke up with them at the time. I didn't have the language. But if you focus on what's turning her on, and if you don't know, ask questions, don't be afraid that you might receive criticism or direction, because this will help you be a better lover. It's how you improve and how your orgasms and her orgasms will get stronger. I promise you. Pay attention to her first. You know you're going to come. She comes first. Just remember that.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to be selfish by yourself.
Be a selfish
with the
bastard by yourself.
computer.
Go and watch porn 6 times, but just touch her nipples for 3 minutes at least.
Yeah. When you're in
Anything
there
else you want to add?
with another human being, it's time to give back.
It's just about
because a lot of guys too, like they spend their formative sexual years by themselves looking at images, and then it's actually time to share something with somebody else, another living human being. And they don't know how to do that to make the transition. But you got to remember.
I've talked to a lot of guys like in their 20s, who were said like, or they used to be the jackhammer guy who just pounded away. And they really, truly, like, this is why I'm not actually, because I'm not critical.
Your show helps that, I would think.
No, I hope it does. And I hope if there's any takeaway from guys, they realize that, like, I'm trying to teach you this. It's not, hopefully you didn't know any better. And a lot of guys I know are like, God, in my 20s, I assumed, as you would, which makes sense, that, like, it feels really good to me. What it must feel good to you.
Well, it's like the term, like, fuck the shit out of you.
Right.
And then
how would you know? If you don't have a podcast like mine to listen, you don't. So my heart goes out to you, but now you know.
Of a lady.
Now you know.
Who knows?
Right.
All right. So, also, I'm stupid and didn't occur to me until, like, I guess number 5 or 6. So this is directed directly at men. This is straight at dudes.
I said that at the beginning, but I said it goes back and forth. So tell me some.
Can you give me the 6 again? From 1 to 6?
Selfish and bad. Okay, being selfish.
Right.
And again, this goes both ways.
Okay, right.
So it is.
Hear them 1 to 6.
Okay, calling her offensive names.
Calling anyone offensive
like dirty.
names?
Yeah, anyone. You're right. I said that though at the beginning. Sticking it back there without asking. Same thing. Don't put your finger in his butt, or don't peg him if he doesn't.
So
want to.
Selfish, no pegging, calling names.
Spitting anywhere.
Spitting. Don't spit in the bedroom.
So the first one, because the second one, is it shaming her body or his body?
No, making fun
or
of
shaming your own
the body
or his own.
All right.
That's it.
Oh, and shaming the own. Okay, you did it out of order. So I challenge a listener to do all 6 of these things in one session and send an email to let us know how it went.
Only if they want to break up with someone.
Oh, yeah, if you want to break up.
They want your partner to break up with you.
Girl or guy. I bet a girl could get away with it. She'd be fine. If a guy, maybe stop short of the penetration of the butt, because that's like you said, it's close to rape.
That's actually.
I'm not suggesting
that
assault,
is rape
sexual
and pain.
assault.
So don't if it's not
But
consensual.
try the spitting and the selfishness.
I disagree.
And
I think you could try one. No, you could try one as a joke, like, and then tell them. Say that Emily said never do that. But
just
don't do
spit
all
on
6.
the wall.
But here's the other thing. I wish if I had time, I would redo this because let me tell you something. When it says shaming her body or his body and then shaming your own, how many women have you been with where you compliment them? They're like, oh, I'm fat, and you said that you do that too, or oh no, I don't like my scar. Like, guys aren't paying attention to that stuff, and I just think we all have to just like focus on what we feel good about.
Yeah, because if you put down yourself, you're also putting down her because she's stuck with you. So, like, if you're saying, no, I'm gross and I'm fat and I'm ugly, or, I got a small dick or anything like that, you're saying to her, like, this is as good as you can do.
Right.
It's a turnoff to her, I would think.
Absolutely.
And it's also a little bit offensive to her.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
so
him.
That's and this is all a mind thing because I think a lot of us go towards negative.
I dated a girl for 3 years. She wouldn't let me see her boobs once.
Really?
She wore 2 bras every moment of the day, while sleeping as well, and never let me see her boobs. I never saw them in the day of light.
I don't understand.
And I was with her for over 3 years.
Never. She never changed in front of you? Sex the lights out.
I was not allowed, yes. Over 3 years.
Dark.
I don't even know. Perhaps they were green. I don't know.
Did she say why?
She said that she didn't feel comfortable.
Did she let you see her vagina?
Yeah. I mean, she took care of all that. I mean, she actually had the laser removal of all hair, so I saw that thing.
A lot of women have
I could sketch it right
who
now.
Who knows? Yeah. That's so interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you gotta until you love your body, like that should be a life. That should be something that you work on as well.
I wonder if she had swastika tattoos on her nipples.
I don't
wonder
know
what it was.
A lot of women have one breast that's larger than the other. It's actually more common than not. In fact,
I would have felt that.
Most women do, but some women it's really noticeable. Like typically, one boob is bigger than the other.
Right.
Who knows? You should call her and ask her. Wouldn't it be fun to go back to all your past lovers and be like, hey, so what was this all about?
This is right after high school.
Yeah. Hopefully someone's seen her boobs now. Let's get to emails.
Do it.
Okay. I love hearing from you. I love it. Include your name, where you're listening from, and how you listen. Email me feedback@sexwithemily.com. But I have a note for you guys. I love hearing from you, and I love getting your emails, and you're all such huge supporters of the show, which I love. I love what you say, but here's the thing. A lot of you lately, I'm realizing there's been a trend. You're sending in a lot of questions that are similar, and I do answer most of your emails I probably answer all of them eventually, but many of your questions have been answered before. So if you're wondering, like, how to last longer in bed, how to get your partner to have sex with you more often, or, how to have a threesome. Like I said, go to sexwithemily.com, Google it, see if I've done a podcast on it, see if I've done a blog on it, and it might help you. I'm not saying that I'm not going to answer questions. I will, but I'd love to, here's an incentive, though, okay? Here's an incentive for some different kinds of questions. Maybe there's a different twist in your question. The last week of every month, starting this week, the 26th, we'll be giving away a different Vibratex product to the person who sends in the most interesting sex question. How do you enter the giveaway? Send your number one question to feedback@sexwithemily.com. We'll choose the most well thought out, unique, or universally helpful question and send that person their prize. So get your sex questions ready. Do that. It'll be fun. Okay, and that's our Vibratex, meaning you could get the Dahlia, you could get the magic wand, you could get a lot of cool stuff. Okay, body insecurities. First one. Hi, Emily. I love your show. I'm a new listener, about 2 months, and I'm learning so much already. I'm a 25-year-old from Chicago, and I listen on iTunes. I've been talking to a guy for just under a year, and things just recently turned steamy. Well, we've been friends for a long time. Our relationship came to a point where we both have expressed wanting to hook up. There's just one problem. A few years ago, I lost a good amount of weight. I kicked my ass into shape, and now I feel hot. I have the body I always wanted, and have been complimented by guys about the look, something that's never happened until I got myself to the gym. I'm not saying this to be cocky at all, but my dramatic weight loss came with a terrible side effect, stretch marks. I'm so worried about hooking up because of my fear of a guy's disgust of these marks that I can't get rid of. Yes, they faded a lot, and they are tiny, but I'm still nervous. Do guys get disgusted by this stuff? It's not something I can really bring up before we hook up, but I'm afraid a look of disgust if he notices. Is there a way I can shield them with confidence or just rock them all together? Will he care? I'm scared. Thanks for your help already. You rock. I'm saving up to get the magic wand as my first toy, and I can't wait. XO, Shannon. Shannon, congratulations. Getting healthy and your newfound killer confidence. That's amazing. I love that. And listen, it's totally understandable that you be concerned about the residual stretch marks from this amazing transformation. But here's the thing. If this is a good guy, you've known him for a year and you sound like a good person, I'm sure he sounds like he is, and he's attracted to you for who you are, he is not going to worry, nor is he probably even going to notice a couple of stretch marks. He's attracted to you. He wants to have sex with you. Why else would you be there in the first place? And I say this because I really don't, I'm not a guy, and I'd love to hear from Anderson. I think guys, mostly what they're thinking is like, holy moly. I was the holy shit. I'm trying to swear. Holy, I can't believe this. She's so hot. We're doing this amazing. He's not going, she's so hot. What's that little red mark on her belly button? Right, dude?
He's not looking at you with your eyes, because I'm sure that you're looking in the mirror and you probably are going over yourself with a fine-tooth comb. He's just happy to be there and happy to have access. Chances are. I mean, this goes back to that girl that wouldn't show me her boobs. I never did see them over 3 years.
What a bummer for her.
Yeah. It could have been stretch marks, and I would not have cared.
Nope.
Ultimately, it cost her me.
Right. Exactly.
I walked.
Right, exactly. It's worse not to show it, and I'm telling you, confidence is the sexiest thing you can rock in the bedroom. And think about this too, Shannon. Who doesn't have like bumps and scratches and blemishes and like hairy moles and shit? Guys got moles, and I don't care.
I got stretch marks on my belly a little bit because I gained weight, I lose weight, gain weight.
I was going to talk to you about that.
Shut up. I was at camp and my shirt, I'm a counselor at camp, my shirt came up a little bit and a kid comes up and he's like, oh my God, did you get attacked by a bear? And he was being serious. He wasn't trying to make a joke. He really thought the bear claws came and ripped my stomach open. And I'm like, get out of here, you little punk. Wow. Stretch marks.
Have you been insecure have you had them always?
Yeah, I've always been insecure about my body and the weight and all that. Always.
Wow,
except for like 3 years when I was on lots of meth and worked out a lot and I had Marky Mark's body. That was sweet.
Then
Those were good
you
times.
had other issues then.
Yeah, I couldn't talk to people, but I had a sweet bod.
Oh my God.
But yet,
we don't worry about, most of what we worry about is not we shouldn't worry about. Anyway, love your body.
And it's such a shame these days, too. There's a movie called Bigger, Stronger, Faster.
Harder, faster, something? Faster,
Bigger, Stronger,
longer?
Faster. And it's all about steroids and how we view our bodies because of the way the media puts it forth. And he made a new movie called Prescription Thugs that's coming out right now, or it's actually in limited release. A lot of it is about how we have body image issues because of the way the media presents perfection, both girls and guys. And there's not every billboard, every single thing you see in a magazine is airbrushed, is manipulated with computers. You don't see reality. So no one is perfect, Shannon.
Exactly.
Let alone you. So,
100%. And, right, don't stress on this and just rock it. You already sound like you're in a great place. Just rock his body, rock your mind, rock your body. Don't worry about it.
And this is probably bad advice, but maybe you can hack into his computer. He might have pictures of old girlfriends that he's had, that are naked shots of them, and I bet you're going to see that you're better than they are. Maybe not great advice.
Don't hack into his computer. No. Just forget about your stretch marks and rock your body. Okay. Ejaculation.
Plus, everyone's got stretch marks, right? If you have any kind of heft in your boob, you're going to have a stretch mark.
Yes.
Right? The only people that don't have stretch marks are the little baby boobs.
I've been this.
Sorry, I'm not saying, I don't know, but don't give me that face.
They're smaller-ish.
It's true, though. But what I just said is medically true. I don't think you can have big boobs without stretch marks. That just comes with the territory.
Right. So I have small boobs and no stretch marks. I'd rather have stretch marks than big boobs. How's that? No, I wouldn't. Okay, listen. I'm happy.
What?
Here's the thing. I love my body the way I didn't always love my body, but you got to love your body. That's like the first step towards having amazing sex, feeling comfortable in your body. And you're not thinking about it. You're just thinking about the amazing connection you have with the partner. Okay, ready? We're moving on. Ejaculation situation.
Aye.
This is serious, Anderson. I need to drink some water.
Choking on. What are you doing? You all right?
Dear Emily, my long-term girlfriend and I have been puzzling over a problem in the bedroom, and we aren't sure how to get past it. Quick backstory. My girlfriend does not like having sex with condoms, and she's not on any form of birth control and has no intention of being on birth control anytime soon. We've been using the pull-out method, which is fine, but then there's the issue of where to ejaculate. Up till now, I've been pulling out right before climax and using a tube sock. But this isn't exactly ideal, especially because I'd really like to go for round 2 right after. I'm wondering if there is a more effective and less awkward way to do this. Also, she's a squirter, and I mean huge puddle squirting, which destroys bed. I love she can do it and likes to do it, but there's some kind of special sheet or something we could put down to protect the mattress and take off after. Regular sheets aren't cutting it. Thanks, Aaron, 24. Okay, Aaron. There's a lot going on here. My first question, let me just be clear with you on one thing. Pull out is not fine. It's not fine. You said it's fine. You pull out, it's fine. It's not fine. It's completely ineffective. You're 24.
I hear that a lot. I mean, it's better than nothing.
No,
I would think that if you did a study of a control group that's pulling out every time and a control group that leaves it in every time, there's going to be more pregnancies on the people that leave it in. I would think.
Okay, perhaps, but that's not saying that people get pregnant like every single day.
It's not very effective, but it's a little effective.
No, can you just stop talking right now? You're 24, Aaron, and I'm guessing you've got a lot going for you. Do you want a baby right now? Think about it, because she could get pregnant like tomorrow. It happens all the time. Even my friends who are married and don't want kids yet, like my friend got pregnant on her honeymoon, because pull out. Please use birth control. Your girlfriend needs to get over it. It is a necessary part of being a sexually active adult. Condoms could solve all your problems very easily, okay? Your ejaculation things, especially your the fact that you don't know where to come and the tube sock. So come into a condom, take it off, put a new condom on, you're good to go. If her issue, now I don't know why she doesn't like it, condoms, it's just like the feel of them. Condoms are not what they used to be, okay? So maybe she had a bad condom experience. Try skin condoms. I've recommended to everybody, and you all love them, and I love them. And it wasn't until I tried them that I realized that condoms actually can be pretty friggin' awesome. I mean, I always wore them, but I thought, well, like I wore them, guys wore them. It's SKYN. They make polyisoprene condoms that feel, their whole slogan is close to wearing nothing, feels close, and it really does, but they're durable, and they're non-latex. So maybe she's got allergies. I don't know why she does not want these condoms. The other thing, Aaron, number 2, ditch the tube sock, okay? You're not 12. If your issue is not wanting to interrupt the flow of things, you're like, oh, I'm about to come, grab the tube sock. Get up, clean off, and come back. You
Just
know,
have a towel already.
invest in some post-sex wipes, like the light wipes or like little like baby wipes by your bed that are like the pop-up top and easy to grab, right? Do that. Don't use these dirty socks that are not going to be like, they're not very, you can grow like bacteria and it could be.
The tube sock was kind of out of left field, right?
I know, right?
Why was he painting that
And
picture?
your girlfriend can use the wipes too. Keep a box by your bed. You don't have to wait till you're finished. You can even come inside of them. I don't care, but I don't even like this tube sock creeping around your room. It just sounds like a very unsanitary place. You can also get a fleshlight. A lot more pleasurable climax into a fleshlight than into fabric. And then finally, Adam, this seems like an issue that you and your girlfriend should be working through together. Like, I mean, relationships are all about compromise. And it doesn't seem fair that she's saying, like, no condoms, like, you know, like all these rules, like you have to come in the sock and you can't come on me and you can't come in, you know, and expect you to abide by them. Like, you don't have to, like, abide by everything she says.
No.
Oh, wait, he has one more question, though. So, right? I mean, she's like, no,
Well,
birth control,
I'm hearing,
don't
you know what
come.
I'm hearing him?
What?
It's like she's like an 8 or a 9 and he's like a 6. You know, and he knows the ramifications that are right around the corner with this pull-out method, but she squirts and she's insane. She's ruining his bed every single day.
And he doesn't care.
But it's like he wants solutions, but it's so worth it that he's been dealing with it up until this point because she's so hot. And
Guys
crazy
always
in bed.
go to the looks thing, which is just makes me want to come over there and
And the
strangle
squirting
you.
thing is like
but I'm not
a
gonna
nice
say,
little bonus. I mean, you know.
Well, okay, so here's the thing about squirting. It is a bonus, right? If he's into it. I love.
Maybe the squirting will shoot the semen out of her vagina so she won't get pregnant.
Well, here's the other thing. No.
No.
If he wants to start, first of all, he wants to be able to come. First of all, if you just wipe it off with a sock and then you go again, let's say, you might still have semen on you. Like if you're not wiping it off with like a baby wipe.
Tube sex.
Okay, but
tube
here's the
socks
squirting thing. So
body.
there's like so many
Baby.
problems here. So like I think we just solved them all though. But okay, but let me tell you one more thing. Oh, my thing just went.
And there's so
funny.
many different kinds of birth control too. It doesn't always have to be a condom. If she doesn't like condoms, she can get the depot. She can get that little ring thing that she puts inside of her, right? She can
Totally.
do. What about a little spermicide? You
That's
like
exactly what she
spermicide?
could do.
You like spermicide?
No,
I
but
don't like the spermicide either.
okay, but there's the thing about squirting. A lot of people have been asking about squirting lately. What to do? You can use beach towels, cheap throwaway sex sheets that you get at like the dollar store or wherever. Puppy pads, a pool raft deflated.
Some of that.
I don't care.
That like doctor's butcher paper that they pull down. You know, when you
No,
feel like,
that's ouch. That's reminding me.
you know what though? I did see something.
Gynecological exam.
I did. This is a real thing.
Unless you're
I thought
playing role playing.
a thing
Playing role playing.
on Shark Tank, and it was this kid who was trying to like fix the problem of like dorm rooms having like messy sheets and whatnot. And I know that what he was talking about was sex, but he couldn't come out and say that to the
Couldn't say your
to the
crusty
sharks.
sheets. Right.
So, but it was essentially like they're almost like Post-it notes, but they're for the bed, and they're giant, and like you can put it on the bed, and it's like got sticky back, and then when it's dirty, instead of washing your sheets, you just pull it off, and there's like 50 of them or
That's
something.
really smart.
And that might be able to work.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did it ever get funded? But here's the
I
other
think
thing.
they told him to fuck off.
There's
but
waterproof mattress pads from IKEA, and everything at IKEA is like $6. A ShamWow. You know the ShamWows?
But then you get a picture of the guy who got beaten up by the
True.
hooker.
If you
You getting
got
this camera guy?
if you got a little money to spend, I mean that's not a ton, but I'm just saying those are cheap options. But this is also a great option that you'll have forever. Liberator makes a great product called the Fascinator Throw. It's a little pricey, but you can get it at goodvibes.com. Use code Emily for 15% off. It's
What
a
is it?
specially waterproof sheet for squirting.
Really? But then like, you're doing the slip and slide, right?
No, it's not like slipping. No. It absorbs, and it's Liberator. They make sex furniture. They make the wedge. Do you know Liberator? They make great stuff.
Aaron, what's your deal, dude? Here's your do. You just get like a big beach towel,
I know,
like
look how
you
anal
begin
is
with. You put it underneath her butt, right? And then you have your
Like,
and
triple
then,
it.
And then when she squirts, it goes in the beach towel. When you pull out, because she's already on some kind of other, like the pill or something, so she's not going to get pregnant. So you can do the pull-out method. Instead of the sock, you go in the same beach towel. You guys can put all your juices in this beach towel, throw it in the wash. Do it separate, though. Don't put it in there with your
We
nice
spent
shirts.
way too much time on this
And then
one.
wash. What? It's so simple, right? It's such a simple fix.
Did this seem funny to you that we got into this? I think that a lot of people do have ejaculation etiquette questions, though. Like if she doesn't swallow, have you ever had a problem like I don't want to do it back home?
No, I've not had a problem with I don't know what to do.
Well,
No.
Aaron, hopefully, I said that a lot of questions are the same. This one is
What was he
not.
thinking? Like, where do I go other than the sock? Right now, all I can think of is a sock. Like, I look around the room, the sock's the only viable option for me. Sock.
Look how much I care. I just
poor
spent a
sock
lot of
probably
time on
stands
this, and
up on
now
its
we have
own.
to go.
Yeah, we do.
I didn't even get to the other ones. I had so much more to talk to you guys about. So come back next week. You have 2 podcasts a week.
Oh,
Do you know
wait,
that?
hey.
What?
Oh, West Covina.
Oh.
For those local folks here.
Where is it?
From right where we are right now in Culver City, which is pretty central to Los Angeles. Right now we're like 10 minutes from downtown LA. It's off the 10 freeway, about 35 miles from right here. So about 40 minutes right now with little traffic.
worth
Yeah,
it.
it's easy. And there's a ton of people that are going to be living out like in the Pomona area or Chino, Ontario, Orange County. And it turns out that West Covina and Covina they do share a border. So
Okay.
it looks like
it's a
about
brand
10
new
minutes,
store.
10 minutes from Pasadena.
And like Hollister Hollywood, they're not just toys. They've got books, they've got games, they've got laundry. See you there. RSVP at sexologist.com
Is it
to
up
come.
the West Coast to come? All right,
I
West
don't know.
Covina.
And also there's a Facebook invite somewhere on Facebook. Oh, go to okay, here's what you got to do first. Another thing. I don't mean to, not to demand it, but if you're not following me, follow me on Twitter.
Yes.
At Sex with Emily and Instagram at Sex with Emily. Facebook.com/Sex with Emily. You can see the invite there as well. Or just RSVP. I love you all. What's up with you, Anderson, this week? How's your podcast?
New Film Vault, as always, but Cinematics, which is my new film show, which is like a preview show. That's like in week 4 or 5 now. I think we're doing the new Disney movie, the big Disney movie. We're going to be talking about that a couple days before it comes out and letting you know about The Finest Hours, which is good. It looks like it could be a good one.
Okay, check out Anderson's podcast.
And the Oscar shorts. We're actually screening all the shorts from the Oscars. One made me cry. I'm excited to talk about that, and I'll let you know where you can find those, too, because those are little movies that people normally don't see. So that's on Cinematics.
Your Hard Listen podcast. Check it out. Okay, thanks, everyone, for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. All right. You can make this Valentine's Day one that you'll both never forget with this amazing offer from adamandeve.com. Through Valentine's Day, you'll receive 50% off just about any item. Go to adamandeve.com. You'll find over 18,000 adult entertainment products, including toys, lingerie, and a seemingly endless selection of adult DVDs. And there's more. With every order, you'll receive our romance kit free. Romance kit, toy for him, massager for her, and something for both of you. Plus a free adult DVD to put you in the mood. Oh, that's not all. They'll also throw in free shipping on your entire order. So check out adamandeve.com today for this special Valentine's Day offer and get 50% off one item, free romance kit, free shipping, all that. adamandeve.com. Use code Emily. Thanks for listening.
Here's a message from Podcast One. Okay. They've got a really important listener survey at podcastone.com. Your responses will help make this show the very best it can be. And you'll help Podcast One continue granting your requests. It'll only take 3 minutes of your time, and you get the instant gratification that comes with knowing you help support the show. It's just as important as supporting our sponsors. You can tell us how you really feel about the show and help us get to know you better. Do it now. Take the survey at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com. Thanks.